Modern Horizons 3 has brought significant upgrades to my favorite meme deck in Vintage. Krark-Clan Ironworks, KCI is back. Welcome back, Vintage gamers, to one of my favorite ongoing projects on this channel. Over the past few years, we played a various smattering of different Krark-Clan Ironworks KCI combo decks, and today I wanted to test out a couple new features. So, first off is Glaring Fleshraker. Glaring Fleshraker is a powerful card. We previewed this at the beginning of Modern Horizons 3 with a smelting vat combo decks, jewel combo decks, lots of different things. This time, we're gonna play it in the KCI shell because the KCI shell is actually a place where 4 Sensei's Top fits right in. You get rewarded for playing 4 Sensei's Top already in the Krark-Clan shell. It's a very strong, sackable card. And obviously 2 tops and a Fleshraker goes infinite damage by making spawns on each one that deal 1 damage each time, and then sacking the spawns to play the top that is on top. Or, well, the top that you drew that was on top of the top you drew that was on top of the top. We're also going to try out 4 Vexing Bauble in the shell. While our deck does combo by playing 0 drops, the ability to slow the opponent down is a form of interaction that this deck previously didn't have. So this deck gains an extra form of interaction that will help get you to a spot where you need to be. We are going to play the automatons. Automatons go really well. And give with just like the sacrificing and playing a bunch of artifacts, and it also gives you just an additional way to beat a null rod. There are lots of null rods running around, so although this deck does get beat by null rod pretty hard, hopefully the combination of Glaring Fleshraker and Patchwork Automaton can give us a little bit of an aggro plan B to battle here. We are missing Foundry Inspectors in this list. Foundry Inspector is a way to make Bauble cost 0 and do 2 tops looping for Automaton. Obviously the Fleshraker is the cost reduction here for a Sensei's Top. But if you had a Foundry Inspector and 2 Automaton and 2 tops, that would have gone infinite. But you still have lots of ways to do pseudo infinites here with Iron Clan loops. Plenty of 0 drops, lots of 1 drops in this deck with Bauble and top. Some Wellsprings and Automatons is our 2 drops. And then we have our Scrap Trawler here on 3 with some restricted cards, Trinisphere, Karn, Mystic Forge, and then obviously 4 of the One Ring. Extremely, extremely powerful. Sideboard, I actually don't know how the sideboard's going to do. I've added Wastelands, but I'm not 100% sure you need or want Wastelands in the sideboard. We'll see. I do have 2 Masticores as ways to remove null rods. Some Dismembers might help as well. So we're going to have to see. Just don't know how well null rod's going to fit. Don't know how well Bauble will be. If I have to, to combo off, I do need to crack it. But at that point, we're already going off. Force of Vigor kind of at an all-time low due to some extra Bauble presence, less Bazaar presence. So Force of Vigor a little bit on the low. So maybe not as problematic to sacrifice Bauble once you've resolved your Krark-Clan Ironworks and you're doing your thing. We'll have to see how it goes. I have reasonably high hopes for what we have going here. Obviously, we do need to dodge some amount of null rods, probably, unless this aggro plan B works out better than expected. And I will see you in round 1. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content. Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. Okay, round 1. It should probably be noted that there's another card worth testing in this list, and that's the Talons of some M word. I forget the exact name. But there's a land that makes something vanish when it ETBs, makes it phase out. Let me just look it up real quick. Talons of Meta something. Talon Gates of Madara. A creature phases out when it ETBs, and you can put it on the battlefield and makes different colors. Definitely a card worth trying out in a deck like this. It is a card that I thought was pretty good in the different Glaring Fleshraker combo shells. I don't have them on Magic Online right now, and I didn't want to swap to the other account, so none of that today. But something to keep an eye on. So we are on the draw here with a bobble. Yeah, I mean, this is probably an acceptable keep. Mox. We still do not have a Force of Will in our deck, which is always an issue. Force of Will is the card that allows you to not die to these all restricted shards. See what our opponent does here. I wonder if it's going to be like Black Lotus. Oh, no, it's Laren Academy. So combo oriented, maybe Tinker deck. Oh, God, are we just... Did we demonic for Tolarian Academy, or did we demonic for Time Vault Key, and I'm just going to die if I take a extra turn here? Don't know the answer to that question. I hope it's not I'm dead, but I'll have to see. Vexing Bauble. Let's go. I feel like we're gonna have to sack this to try to find some power here. Let's do Trawler. And then if I play the Wellspring, it's just the end. So let's crack the Bauble and get back the Lotus. And then see if I can draw a key off that. I don't draw a key off that. So replay the Lotus. And then let's have to hit up something real good here. Not sure what real good is in the context of this game. I don't think it's that. Yeah, I got nothing. So if opponent had tutored for Demonic Tutor for Time Vault, then we just die. Like I said, Force of Will, a lot stronger than Vexing Bauble. Though I don't know if anyone's going to argue that point. Looks like my opponent did not DT for Time Vault, or that would have been the case here. Although if they have a Tinker, that also works. Yeah, sure. People may not remember Tinker decks because they've kind of fallen out of the meta a little bit, but restricted, and you die. I don't think we need to bring anything in though. Probably find a resubmit here. This time we'll be on the play. Hopefully we'll jam a Bobble, stop them from using their Moxen to overpower us on turn 1. Have to see. But yeah, I mean, I still believe in Tinker decks. I think Tinker is still a powerful strategy. It ends up being like a more powerful deck than Lurrus Saga, but it ends up being a more variance-dependent deck. You're just going to get a lot more consistency out of a Lurrus Saga deck than you are out of like a deck Saga Tinker deck, something like that. That being said, there was just a challenge last week won by Fanoop PO, a classic mono blue PO strategy. So lots of power still in that kind of deck, though I always think that it's better to splash those Black Tutors because you saw how powerful Black Tutor was there. Though that was slightly because of on-color Moxen, Sapphire, and Jet. But, you know, sometimes you put the power in your deck and you draw the power, right? We had a Black Lotus in our hand. If we had maybe a KCI, there was some chances there. We didn't. Something to think about. On the play, our deck is obviously much better with our 4 bobbles, so hopefully we can get something going that way. Though, if they're Tinker, they might have Hercule's Recall, a notoriously tough card for us. This is going to be turn 1 Forge. Has to be off of Tomb if we want to play extra cards off of it. Could go Saga Lotus Forge. That might even be better, actually. I think this is a keep. Obviously, this hand has some concerns about... Like, I'm not playing a Bauble, right? So I'm not playing Interaction. But I do have a turn 1 restricted piece. I have Time Vault, Key, Saga, and Ancient Tomb coming. So maybe they force this. They don't run low. No. Scrap trawler on top. See, I don't feel like scrap trawler is what we need here. I'm gonna just get rid of the scrap trawler so we can find boxes. No, it's a workshop. All right, do your worst. Mox again. Mox, Soul Ring. You got Tinker too. I don't think my hand's a mulligan. I think my hand on the play, it's powerful. Lotus, Saga, Forge. My opponent's unlikely to have strip mines. Ooh, Esper. Maybe they're Esper Initiative Tinker. Could be the case. Some people have been playing that to some decent success. That's a mana vault. Maybe it's just PO. PO for 4 on turn 1. Quad restricted artifact mana, PO. That's another classic. Very powerful effect, but very hard to consistently do. I didn't put any mind break traps in my deck. Looks like they're gonna hold up in hardcast force. Interesting. Okay, it's gonna make me not want to jam a time vault here. I do have a bobble though. Hello. I guess that doesn't actually help me because it doesn't counter hardcast force. Will help me if I guess if they replay things, but let's play a bobble. Ooh, a Trinisphere. Actually, also doesn't help me against hardcast force. Very funny. 3 cards from my opponent's hand. I don't feel like I need constructs. I don't feel like those are the cards that matter here. Trinisphere into Vexing Bobble into Trinisphere into Pearl is just definitely a combination of Magic the Gathering cards. Ultimate synergy. That's too funny. My opponent is at least considering getting doing something before this Trinisphere. Trinisphere will let you play cards through a bobble for what it's worth. Blue. Is it Ancestral? Were they holding up Ancestral and Force? Steel Sabotage. Ah, okay. I think I'm willing to go through this Mox, even though I have a bobble in play. All right, I'm gonna leave a Mana Vault though. Because I can get rid of the Mana Vault if I don't want it. Blue. Mystical Tutor. All right, just Mystical for Tinker, I guess. Oh, Ancestral. I guess Tinker in this spot is turned off by Vexing Bobble. So there we go. They still just get an Ancestral though. It's one of their blue mana. Though we don't know if they were just holding open Steel Sabotage Tutor or not. They have Time Vaults. And pass. All right, so they have to have like another Steel Sabotage or similar. I'm gonna grab a Manifold Key. And then see if we can bait a counter spell with... See if we can't bait a counter spell with a KCI off the top. Though I guess a Hercules is still incredible versus us here. I can cast this off the top, which is pretty cool. Don't think it really hurts us to play off the top here. Red, blue, dress down. All right, that's perfect. So that turns off my opponent's ability to counter anything because I have a Vexing Bobble in play. That is just perfect. So now I can sack my Mana Vault and play a Time Vault. Now I can't get forced. So got this one. Nice. Very nice. Good job. That was a pretty decent Vexing Bobble, even though it wasn't able to stop their fast mana. I don't know if they had a force in their hand, of course. They might just not have had a force, and the card might have not done anything. Though, I guess, theoretically, if they're playing Bulls of Citadel, which they may or may not be, I would hope they would be, but there's a possibility that Bobble dissuaded Tutor from getting Tinker. So something to think about there. Hard to tell. That's a very hard card to evaluate. It could have done nothing. It could have been incredibly good. We got a bauble, a ring, a Karn. I kind of like this hand. I'm on the draw, so obviously bauble's worse, but mana crypt draw, mana crypt tinker. I mean, yep. We're back to tinker games. Citadel. All right, so if they brick, we can play a bauble, and then we're good here. So they might have a counter on top. We'll have to see. I'm gonna probably try to dissuade, like if there's like a misstep on top or something, put a top in play first. Come on, Vexing Bauble, save me from the evil Tinkerer. Should have tinkered a Blightsteel Colossus. Couldn't beat that. Ah, no, they had force on the top of their library. I think I'm going to draw with this top in case I draw another bauble. No. Also, I did not set myself up to play a Karn, though I didn't know I had an Ancient Tomb coming. Yeah, looks like we're dead. Vexing Bauble could not save us from the force of will on top of their library. It's just PO. He gave us a shot, though. He gave us a shot in the same way maybe Null Rod would have given us a shot there. But we've been vanquished. All right, let's give it another try. Not a bad looking hand. Bunch of fast mana. Could use a little help, and obviously to try not dying on turn one. Another non-Lurrus player. Let's see what they've got for us here. A Tundra, a Mox, another Tinker Gamer, maybe? Paying something. Probe. All right. F6. You've seen my hand. Not that I wasn't F6 beforehand, because I'm lazy. I'd say exclamation marks F6 in the chat, but there is no chat. This one's a straight to YouTube exclusive. Hi, YouTube. Hope you're doing well. Haven't been super happy with a lot of the content I've been making recently. It just hasn't been to the bar that I would really like. But we haven't had like too many big live streams. I've been traveling a lot. I've been in Oklahoma City. I was recently in Boston to see my friend. And then I was playing the TFT Box Invitational, which I did so badly in. So yeah, a little bit of a lull, but hoping to get the quality and quantity of content picking up in the next few months leading up to Eternal Weekend. Still trying to figure out my Eternal Weekend trips. I'm looking like I'm 100% out for Japan. Japan is too soon, and I have some other conflicting things that I need to resolve first. Some stuff I'm not really ready to talk about yet. But I'm hoping to at least do a trip that contains Pittsburgh, Four Seasons, a week vacation in Europe, into Eternal Weekend in Europe, and then maybe even a TFT LAN tournament in Macau. I think that would be a very cool thing to do, but we'll see if that's doable. I want to jam a One Ring. And the reason I want to jam a One Ring is because I think on the next turn of this game, I can win with KCI if it doesn't get countered. So I'm going to jam a One Ring. Oh, it just resolves? Huh. Let's see. If I draw a Mox, I could activate the ring again. Okay. Definitely down to activate the ring again. Maybe this gets misstepped. No. All right. Well, if I don't die, I'm going to hold these. I feel like we're in a good spot. Surprised that my ring resolved. Let's see what opponent has for us here. We are currently ring protected, but that doesn't really save us from a lot of things. Red. Tag Fade and steal the ring. Oh my god. I love it. 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 What a beast. What a beast. I love that play. Let's see what opponent it has for us here. We have potential to win the game, I believe, from this set. Let's see. This looks pretty game winning to me. Let's sack this. Oh, undo. Let's untap this, tap this, sack this, sack this. Bring this back. Play this. Draw card. Flush Raker. That's gotta be good enough, right? Maybe it's not. Play this. Play this. Sack this. Sack this. Return with key. Oh, I guess I should have kept the Mana Crypt in play for my key. My bad, chat. That one's on me. All right, make this. My opponent asked if it was infinite, and I said, I have no idea. Probably not. But it looks like it's going to be enough. Oh. Oh, it sure looks like it's enough. Oh, yeah, it's enough. Let's go. Banger! Let's go! Oh, I love it. I am big fan. God, I'm so happy. Cool. Cool. Win on the spot. I like that a lot. Let's put a needle in and then take out the Trinisphere on the draw, maybe. I should like to have a needle to maybe be able to search for him. So what was I talking about before we played that game? Oh, yeah. So just trying to plan my trips. I'm going to be waiting till the end of the month. Hopefully after that, I'll have some more information on the other thing I need to work through. And then I'll also have information on whether or not I will be able to buy tickets for Macau. The way TFT works is on the end of April, there'll be or end of August, there'll be a snapshot, ladder snapshot. Based on your rank, it will be your priority queue to get tickets for the LAN event. And then hopefully I'm looking to try to get to Grandmaster, maybe Challenger level in that game, and then see if I can buy a ticket. And if I can, then I'll just book that trip around the world, which will be pretty fun. So this hand is... It's a little all in, but I kind of like the idea on the draw. It's a whole lot of action. I'm not really concerned about my opponent Vexing Bobbling me out of their Dak Fade-In deck, preordained Dak Fade-In deck. So I'm hoping that this is, yeah, see preordained. I'm hoping that I can draw some lands. I've got Mana Crypt, Wellspring to draw lands. We'll see what we can find here. Vexing Bobble of my own. All right, I like Mana Crypt. I like playing a Wellspring here to try to draw a land. I drew a Jet. Let's get a Bobble in play. All right, did not hit a land drop. Hopefully we don't get like null rotted. That could be a thing that could happen. Not much we can do about it. Ooh, a Lavinia. That's like a Vexing Bobble, but one-sided. And also better because it turns off all my spells that cost more because I don't have lands. Very nice, opponent. Very nice. All right, but it's okay. We're going to resolve a Glaring Fleshraker. And then we'll resolve another Glaring Fleshraker. And we'll use all that mana to not be able to play our spells because there's a Lavinia in play. I did not see a Lavinia coming in this scenario. Probably should have, but I did not. Could either sideboard a Masticore. Dismember, notably not very good against Lavinia. Ooh, Swords to Plowshares on my Fleshraker. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Would love to hit a land at any point in this scenario. Sweet. All right, I'm going to go Glaring Fleshraker. And then I'm going to go Workshop. And then I'm going to play Automaton. Trigger my Glaring Fleshraker. And then I'm going to play a Sensei's Top, also triggering my Glaring Fleshraker. Now, another Sensei's Top will be lethal. Also, my board is pretty strong. Can't really attack through it. I've got some ways to draw cards, look at cards. If I hit more lands, I can play a Wellspring. I like this spot. I like this spot quite a bit. See what happens. Interesting deck from the opponent. Looks like maybe just a classic Jeskai control deck with Planeswalkers even. You don't see those too much anymore, but they do contain powerful magic cards, obviously. Merchant Scroll. Gush would be countered by Bauble, so probably Ancestral. Land Ancestral, but then they'll be tapped out. Oh, no land either. Makes sense, though. All right, got this Mana Crypt dealing damage here. Let's draw for the first turn. I guess let's just look at the most cards with Sensei's Top. And then I think we spin our top and see if we can find another top. We did not find another top, but we did find a land. So what I want to do here is... yeah, let's go like this. Let's draw with our top. And then play a Wellspring. We'll draw us a top. And we know there's a Fleshraker on top. I guess I can't cast that Fleshraker because I'm bad. So I guess I will have to spin anyways, which is fine. I definitely should have put the Automaton, the card underneath, but that's okay. A top is winning. There's no top, and there's no land. So next turn, I think we just draw the Fleshraker. We'll be able to play it. Yeah. All right, I'm going to attack with the Fleshraker. My opponent is, incentivized to block because this thing is killing them. But if they block, I start to resolve all of my spells forever, and I can't imagine my opponent can win. Oh, I could have cashed the Fleshraker with my Eldrazi spawns. Let's see. In that case, let's play a Fleshraker. These guys aren't doing anything here. All right. I think we're almost just winning on the next attack, right? We might just be winning on the next attack, considering the next top is 2 artifacts, and that gives us 4 damage. Wow, this card closes the game very quickly. Pretty impressive, honestly. All right, Ancestral Recall. I mean, Hergo's Recall, Balance. I mean, Hergo's Recall might not even do it, right? Because we have 2 Fleshrakers. So, like, I attack. Yeah, it looks like I wouldn't even do it. Tameo. Ah, cool. The thing is, I just need to cast 3 spells to win the game. Obviously, I can't cast the One Ring into this Lavinia, but I can definitely cast this Sensei's Top. I guess they could technically have, like, a Steel Sabotage for the Sensei's Top. Just play a Sensei's Top. Oh, right. It's way more damage than that because each thing is 4 triggers. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, this is just because this is going to be a colorless creature too. So this one is 6 damage. Wow, very cool. Okay, cool. Sweet. All right, back at it. Round 3 on the play. Any Vexing Baubles? Oh, opponent is revealing a cat. Vexing Bauble in hand. Keep. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's do this. Ancient Tomb. Not Mana Vault. Vexing Bauble. Mana Vault. Glaring Fleshraker. Big. Next turn, the One Ring. What's my opponent got for me here? Ponder. Interesting. All right, all right, all right. Let's do it. I obviously have my spent Mana Vault. Another ring. Don't have a million life here, but hopefully we'll have enough. All right. Hopefully this is enough. I'm a little concerned. I only have Ancient Tombs. Maybe I should not yield through those. Sensei's Top. Okay, second Sensei's Top wins it. Draw cards. This is a Bowmaster. It's quite unfortunate. I'm gonna shoot my Fleshraker. Damn. What a bastard. Seems good. KCI. Certainly a problem, isn't it? Also did not draw mana. I don't know if my deck can beat a Bowmaster. I guess I can get a One Ring protection. Let's see. If I take 6 damage and play a KCI, eating the One Ring and the Mana Vault to play a new One Ring. Can I combo from there? Probably, right? Let's play a KCI. Let's sack the Mana Vault, sack the One Ring. Maybe, hold on. Maybe I can get this Scrap Trawler down first. Sack the Mana Vault. Play a Scrap Trawler. Sack the One Ring. Yeah, let's do that. Sack the One Ring Vault, play a Scrap Trawler. The problem is, yeah, I need to play a new One Ring so I don't get pinged by the Bowmaster, but then the Bowmaster kills my Trawler. So that's also problematic. Sack the One Ring. Get back a Mana Vault. Play a Mana Vault. Play a One Ring. Draw a card. Yeah, then it just pings my Trawler, man. So frustrating. All right, sack the Mana Vault. Play a Patchwork. Stack my Patchwork. Get a Mana Vault. Play a Mana Vault. So my Karn can get a Worm Coil or a Masticore, but is that really going to be enough? I'm gonna take 1 damage from the ring on my turn, but I probably won't take 1 damage from the ring. I'm gonna be protected. Sack this. Sack this. Get back. Automaton. Play automaton. Play Karn. Sack this. Bring back Mana Vault. So I technically could Lattice here, in which case my opponent can't play any spells. They attack Karn, and I have to chump block with a Trawler, which will bring back an Automaton. And then I think that's enough, right? And then I can just... Because I have a blocker, so my Karn doesn't die. Yeah. I get another blocker. Sweet. I did not think we'd be able to win through that, but we did. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. I wonder if I need more ways to deal with a Bowmaster. The fact that it just like pings down all my creatures when I have protection is very annoying. Very, very annoying. If they have 4 Bowmasters, then yeah, I kind of want like Dismembers in my deck. What do I even take out here? Just like 1 top. Kind of don't want to take out 1 top though. 1 Bobble on the draw. Still good at stopping force, but no Moxen. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, this hand is going to have some problems against more Wastelands, but I'm on the draw. I have an extra draw. I feel like it's worth trying. Oh, they played their own Bobble. Interesting. I think Bobble is like the card that hurts this deck the most. I think Bobble is the best against my opponent's deck. Very interesting choice. I'm going to play Ancient Tomb Wellspring so that I have a chance to draw lands, which does not seem like I'm going to be able to do. I get Wastelanded here. It's obviously really bad for me. There's nothing I can really do besides keep a better hand. Needle. Okay. I mean, I have a reasonable aggro plan here. I just need to hit lands. Tried. Manifold. It's not terrible, actually. It's back. All right, here's Ancient Tomb. Let's go with my own Vexing Bauble. What's the sequence I want to do this? Steel Sabotage, Consigned to Memory. I think I like KCI the most. It's kind of an interesting spot. I don't actually have like great KCI sacks, but they're not bad. I also kind of want this to get countered. Oh, it did not get countered. Let's see. Am I gonna get Bowmastered? No. I don't really understand what's going on exactly, but I'm gonna keep my things in play because I want to use them for mana next turn. My opponent's cracking their bauble. It did its job, and by doing its job, I mean it did absolutely nothing besides stop them from being able to force anything. Null Rod is the card I am the most worried about from this spot. I guess like Harkles maybe is pretty annoying. Just buy Lurrus. Okay, sure. I can't imagine we're in a bad spot then. Our things are not counterable, and we got some things. Let me tell you, we got some things coming here. All right, first thing I want to do is get a Flesh Raker in play. And then I think I just want to get all my things in play. Maybe I'll come to regret sacking that. I don't think so. I'm just gonna get everything going here. Yeah, the aggro plan. Yeah, I don't really feel like black Lurrus is well set up to beat these kind of creature aggro draws. Obviously, they had a weird start, but I really also dislike Bauble in the Lurrus deck. I think if it's a one of, which maybe it is, maybe it's a one of, it's fine. You get it off of Saga when you want it. But I did see a winning list with 4 Baubles in the deck, and I thought that made no sense. Absolutely no sense. Obviously, my deck is a combo deck that uses Bauble or uses 0 drops, but like it's an Ancient Tomb Workshop deck. I don't really care. Very good. Big win. All right. Another one. On the play again. You love that. This is a turn 1 ring. Love a turn 1 ring. Happy with a turn 1 ring anytime. Obviously, there are some decks in the format where a turn 1 ring is very good against them, and there are some decks in the format where the turn 1 ring doesn't do anything against them. That's just the nature of the card. Let's see if my opponent lets me play a ring here. Nothing from the opponent on the start of game, and I'm going to play a ring. Got a Resolver, and we got a Drawer. I should probably wait till after. I'm lazy, man. I am lazy. All right, Mox. Could have used a Vexing Bauble here. We'll have to see what my opponent deploys off of Mox, though. That's what matters here. Ruby signals 5 Moxen. There are very few dedicated red decks in the format anymore. Vexing Bauble of their own, and a Wasteland. All right, but I don't feel like Vexing Bauble Wasteland is going to keep a 1 ring down, so I'm pretty happy with this development. Yeah, I have a Mox, but I don't think, like I said, I don't think it's going to matter too much. I like the idea of just playing an Urza Saga here, making them have another Wasteland, and then deploying a Patchwork. I'm going to hold the Ruby in case I deploy a second Patchwork next turn, which seems like it could be likely. Now, my opponent can't force my Patchwork because they have a Vexing Bauble in play. If they were to say draw a force for turn. Doesn't seem like a terrible gambit going Wasteland for a workshop, Vexing Bauble to slow them down, but the 1 ring is way more powerful than that kind of stall effect. The 1 ring is just going to draw an absurd amount of cards. And my opponent has already cracked their bauble. 2 mana, draw 1. Not the best rate in Vintage. We got an Urza Saga, though. So we have Wasteland, Urza Saga, but no Lurrus. And a 3-ball. Okay. So just workshops, maybe? 3-ball here is definitely good. It's going to really slow my development. But I have an Urza Saga in play. I feel like we just make some constructs. Obviously, we're going to have to pitch a little bit to hand size. I'll definitely wish I didn't throw my Mox into the bauble, but... yeah. All right, get in there. I definitely think Saga tokens are... I definitely think Saga tokens are more useful here than something else. I don't think we're going to play more... Maybe we will play more Patchworks. Let's see how this game goes. Maybe playing out the Saga so early is a little bit illegal. I kind of want to make a play towards mana on the next turn. Oh, they're going to go Crucible Wasteland Lock. I see. I don't have a Needle in my deck anyways in the main. Oh, they're going to go for that one. Okay. It does let me actually get a bunch of mana off of my Saga, which I'm very fine with. That might have been the mana that I was going to get, though. Guess we can get a Mana Vault. Can also get a Key. Key might be better. Key represents 1 mana with a Soul Ring in my hand. The Mana Vault's better with, like, KCI. It's 3 mana for 3 mana. It's very annoying. Normally, you just sack your Trinisphere while you're comboing. You might still be able to combo through here. Let's think. I think Mana Vault in play is the most... I want a Tolarian Academy is what I want. Clearing Fleshraker also seems quite good. Let's do Glaring Fleshraker. And then we'll do Soul Ring. I think my opponent might just die here. We have a little too much going on. And then from here, this Black Lotus is net 1 mana. And then this Black Lotus can turn into KCI. And then we turn a Mana Vault into another Mox. Each one of these will ping for 1, and we don't lose damage. And then eventually they're going to die. 7, 4. It's not going to take very long, and every artifact adds 1 here and 1 here. So they're going to die this turn. Okay, so my opponent is likely on Workshops. I could see Wastelands coming in here as extra mana sources. I could see Crucible coming in here. Vexing Bauble looks like it's a card that will just completely be removed, especially on the draw. I like the idea of... These are opposite of what I normally do. I like the idea of Wormcoil coming in. I like the idea of Masticore coming in. Don't really like the idea of Dismember, but I do like the idea of Needle. I'm going to very much make my deck worse at doing KCI things because my opponent's going to have Null Rods and all kinds of nonsense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Sensei's Tops out. I'm going to take some Ironworks out. I'm just going to play a little bit more good card oriented, which maybe is a bad idea because maybe it makes me more like my opponent. But especially on the draw, I feel like we need to. Let's keep. Workshop of their own. Plus Revoker. We'll name the One Ring almost assuredly. Very good against that. Yeah. And then a Ruby as well. And another 2-drop. Not a Null Rod, right? Sphere Resistance. Okay. I'm going to lead here on... Just going to lead here on trying to mana lock my opponent. That might backfire if my opponent plays Urza Saga next, but my opponent is too far ahead. They immediately played Urza Saga. But I don't have a lot of ability to play through from that spot. Like, I can play my Ancient Tomb and then play my Sapphire, or I could play my Wasteland and play my Sapphire, but it just super exposes me. Looks like they had a very strong draw. Workshop Academy, Saga Sphere, bunch of stuff. It's going to be just me tough. It's another reason I don't really want to try to combo through this kind of thing. I don't think I have a very strong chance here. Not with the kind of lands my opponent drew. This workshop battles can very much be about who has better lands. And this is definitely no exception. Vexing Bauble. And Construct. I found the Strip Mine. So we could go play a Patchwork, Strip Mine the Tolarian Academy. It's just not going to do it, though, right? Like, it's really just not going to do it. I guess we'll give it a shot. It takes so much damage, though. Because I need to get this Fleshraker online so I can block this Construct, which just it's not going to happen unless I draw on my own. I mean, my own Academy is not even good enough here. I probably need to draw Mishra's Workshop into One Ring, not even activating it, and then Academy Fleshraker plus a thing. I don't think this game would have gone very well if I had held my Wasteland anyways, considering they had Academy Workshop coming, but I just don't think this game was particularly winnable. So on the play, we could do something like put Baubles back in. I just think that's not even a good idea. Like, delaying my opponent's Moxen doesn't actually seem good to me here. They're about Workshop, like I said, Workshop, Ancient Tomb. I don't think I care. I'm not even going to bring Baubles back in. I'm just going to try to build out a mana base as fast as I possibly can. There is, like, some consideration to dismember killing Revoker, but I think I'd rather just hedge on Argentum Masticores. You know, I could be convinced there are different ways to sideboard here that may or may not be effective, but this is how I think I would like to try it. Let's see what happens, though. Ooh. Yeah, I suspect this to be quite a challenging matchup in general. Like, they should be able to play Null Rods in their deck as well. And then they're just, like, basically doing the Workshop thing a little bit better than me. We lose out on some of the advantage there. Maybe there's something to be said about trimming in a different way. But I'm pretty scared about Null Rod out of this deck. Turn 1 Karn. I elect to keep my Magic the Gathering hand. I also have turn 1 Urza Saga, so I hope my opponent doesn't have a Mind Break Trap, but I'm not expecting a Mind Break Trap. Turn 1 Karn is kind of like a turn 1 Vexing Bauble, except much better. Got him. Also, they kind of have to restrict me, or I just get Lattice on them as well. Technically, I could draw, if they like wasteland me, I could draw Workshop and then play Lattice as well. Could draw Moxen and play Lattice. It's very annoying that this card is that good. All right. Turned off. What are you? It's like boom, boom, boom. Get him. And a wasteland. All right. So no Saga Gaming. No deployment of my opponent's side either, though, which gives me time. I did take out most of my good sideboard cards. There's KCIs there now, though, as well as Trinispheres. Don't really think Trinisphere is the play from here. Could be, though. I like playing a One Ring. Seems really strong. Black Lotus. Let's see. Maybe we will play a Trinisphere. If they don't have a Workshop, it locks them out of playing spells. Always sack it later. I'm still just 1 mana away from a Lattice lock. Have the Workshop. You have a creature. I feel like a Revoker here. I guess they have to name Karn. Or the One Ring. They named the One Ring. So I guess I can't get a Lattice lock into an active this active Revoker. But I do have a Wasteland. Let's spin first. Worm Coil Workshop. All right, so let's just Wasteland, their Workshop, and plus on my One Ring. And then if they don't have another creature next turn, my Karn is no longer in danger of dying to Revoker. I can just play the Workshop and play a Lattice. I do need to kill off my Crypt at some point here, but... Oh, wait, I have a Worm Coil. I can draw the thing here. I can just get this Worm Coil and play. That's fine, too. I mean, Lattice just wins the game, though. I guess if they Wasteland me in response, there's some chance I can lose. So let's just play a Worm Coil. This is fine. This does something called like Ancient Tomb Metamorph, I guess. City of Traders Metamorph. City of Traders Crucible, maybe? City of Traders Needle. All right. Maybe I was a little greedy. I do still have a Worm Coil engine in play. So I think we'll be okay. But now my Mana Crypt is stuck in play. Hmm. Tolarian Academy, Crucible of Worlds. All right, well, Crucible of Worlds, Tolarian Academy, that should be good enough. I guess I could theoretically order this in a different way, so I could draw through it or something, but... Opponent is still very far behind, so I think we'll be okay. They can attack my Karn for a turn, but I have infinite Urza Sagas at some point here, and don't think that's super beatable. Yep. Now they have no mana. I still have a Worm Coil attacking them. They can't kill this Karn off. There's a Trinisphere in play. Wait, am I the Shops deck? Who's the Shops deck here? This is a creature, I guess. So just take this creature. I'm not 100% sure I like the way I played that game in retrospect, but I take it. Ooh, we found a wild Amir. Amir's always a good time. Yo, let's see what we got from Amir. No Lurrus reveal? No Lurrus reveal. So I don't know what Amir's up to. We've got a nice little hand. Saga Gaming hand. Ooh, Workshop Gaming. Oh, no. The One Ring? Mystic Forge. Okay. I feel like I should jam a One Ring then. It's going to give me my... I think a One Ring here gives me the highest chance of winning the game. I feel pressured to do something extremely powerful quickly with my opponent's Workshop Emerald Forge draw. See if they're a Workshop or if they're so like actual like round Workshop deck, or if they're a Coveted Jewel deck. If they're a Coveted Jewel deck, then we might just have no chance no matter what. They are Coveted Jewel. I don't think we're beating a Coveted Jewel resolving and a Mystic Forge being in play, but let me just play this out a little bit here. Metamorph. Nothing so far besides that Jet would have been stopped by Bobble. Ugh. Time Walk is a pretty good one. Still have an active Forge. Forge exiling, Lodestone, and then more blue for a Sensei's Top. A Sensei's Top with a Forge and this much mana. I'm good. That's probably enough. Obviously, we're ring protected, but they can just easily win through that by playing through their deck and setting up a pass the turn where they can't lose. Like they'll get a Karn in play, they'll get creatures in play, they'll have ring protection and everything. Like they are going to win the game. It's just going to take a little while, and we're playing a league. We don't need to do that. The question now is on the play. Vexing Bobble looks reasonable. Don't think I need any kind of like disruption or anything besides that. I don't think I want Wasteland either. Though Trinisphere is pretty garbage here, so take a Wasteland. Don't think I want Needle either. All right, on the play, we definitely want a Bobble. It's not a bad hand, but it does need more mana. Let's go Strip Mine, Soul Ring, Sensei's Top, Bobble. Force check, I guess. Feel like they can play through a Bobble no problem, but got to force out of them. Force pitching PO. See what else they have for us. They can't play Saga, so maybe that's like an incentive to force it. I got a Moxen, turn 1 ring maybe. Maybe a ring is a reason to bring in a needle, but I have my own rings. I don't really want to do that. Looking for mana here. That is mana. Is getting a ring going enough? Hope it is. I think a ring is the highest power play. Ooh. Okay. Can play a trawler. Let me look at my cards though. Ironworks. Interesting. Okay, so can I win with an Ironworks from here? I have to draw the Ironworks, play Workshop, strip mine, play Workshop, and sorry, Workshop KCI, sack my ring and my thing and my one ring and my soul ring to play trawler. Then I have nothing to sack after though. So I think the answer is I can't win immediately. So let's instead just leave it on top, strip mine this, and play the trawler out. So next turn, we are basically gonna win unless they have another force or they kill us here, which they could still kill us here. 7 cards in hand, but we did strip mine their workshop, so hopefully that's helpful. Don't want to play out the time vault, get a metamorph thing to copy. Metamorph copy and trawler, don't care. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. We have Lotus, Bauble, second workshop. A Forge, okay. I think we're fine with the Forge unless that hits like a bunch of Moxen right now. So we know that we're drawing Mana Crypt, Wellspring, and KCI. And then there's a question of, can we find a Bauble to protect our KCI? Probably worth spinning to do so. No, but we did find a second KCI. So that should be good enough. Actually, we don't have enough mana for that to be good, not be good enough. So hopefully this doesn't get forced. Okay, it did not get forced. So from here, it gets pretty easy. Mana Crypt is always 4 mana. We don't care about blue. So we get Mana Crypt over Black Lotus. Wellspring. That draws us another KCI. Sack the Wellspring. Get back the Vexing Bauble. Play the Vexing Bauble. Draw a card is stronger. Get back a Mana Crypt. Play a Mana Crypt. I should play a Patchwork, play a Mana Crypt, the other order. Do this. Play a KCI. Sack a KCI. Bring back a Wellspring. Play a Wellspring. Draw. Oh, I forgot I had this top in play too. Whatever. I don't care. Pretty sure we're looping from here. Top is better than Vexing Bauble because it doesn't cost a mana. Not that I think a mana matters here either. Oh, this just gets countered. I forgot. I had to sack that thing first. It's okay. I'm just trying to do this nice and quick for my good friend Amir over here. Do this, sack this. Play this one. Play this one. Keep the new one. In protection. I guess I could have eaten for 2 mana. That's okay. Mana is not a problem here. Second trawler. That locks everything up. now I have basically a million mana. Get back my top, get back my bauble. Draw. Play my top. Play my bauble. Sack. Get back my sapphire. Back my mana crypt. Draw, draw. Play my mana crypt and my sapphire. Sack my mana crypt and my sapphire. Sack my top. Just need a flesh raker to win from his spot here. Sack this and get back these two. Gotta get this guy to stay out here. Draw. This thing. This thing. This thing. Sack. 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 Bring back a wellspring. Bring back Sensei's top. Draw, draw. Play a top. Draw. I could look. It might save me some time. Draw. This thing. Draw. This thing. Draw. This thing. Oops. I crypt. I thought it was a sapphire. Whatever. It's fine. Bring these things back. Drawing a card. Playing another trawler. Oh. Hope Amir doesn't fall asleep on me. He said he was working UK hours. I don't know. Sack. Sack. I just need to find any flesh raker, right? Top. Full ring. Bauble. I guess it should have been 3 baubles. Mystic Forge should help a lot here. There we go. They don't have ring protection right now, so that should just be game winning. All right. Cool. I like that the deck very easily wins on the spot now with Fleshraker. Obviously, that's not required. You were always going to win on the spot from there, but Fleshraker does make your opponent concede, which is nice. Now we are on the draw against Jewel, and I don't have Membrane Traps or Null Rods. All I have are Baubles, which is not remotely close to enough, so I assume we're going to get murdered. Oh, sorry. Don't do it, Twitter. Don't do it, YouTube. We're going to get vanquished. Not sure there is like anything I can really do to make this matchup versus Jewel playable though. Like you'd have to put 4 Mind Break Traps on the side, and even then, I'm not even sure how much that helps you. You could put Null Rods in the deck, but then, yeah, I guess you could put 4 Null Rods on the sideboard. And just like board out of your combo a little bit and try to play aggro and like Null Rod them. Like Bobble Null Rod. That might work, actually. I didn't consider that. Before, I didn't really like Null Rod because they're the forcible deck. But I guess if you have Bobble, then maybe it's possible. So maybe they're like, we didn't really use a lot of our sideboard. I'm not even sure we want 4 Wastelands in our sideboard. What if we, instead of playing 4 Wastelands, we played some Null Rods? Though we did bring in the Wastelands against Workshops, and that was pretty nice. Yeah. Keep. All right, Ancient Tomb Go on a mold of 5 is definitely an interesting thing. Bait like a misstep with this. All right, nice. We baited the misstep with the Soul Ring, and then we went Bobble. It's like our only form of interaction, so I think it's worth it. Even though we lose a Soul Ring for our Saga, double Ancient Tomb into a One Ring. Into a Karn, Scion of Urza. Very cool. Did not see that one coming. A little bit of a... Ooh. Coveted Jewel or the One Ring? I think the One Ring. So Coveted Jewel is harder to play. Yeah, I'll give you Coveted Jewel, actually. Yeah, I'll give him Coveted Jewel. Because I want to play a creature this... Oh, I guess I'm not necessarily playing a creature this turn. I didn't really consider that, actually. I put the needle in my... I didn't put the needle in my deck. Mistakes were probably made here. I guess I can just get the One Ring anyways, so... Yeah, they just got the One Ring and they're playing the One Ring. So I guess it worked out for us. I wish I had a needle in my deck right now, though. I just need a Flesh Raker combo kill here. So maybe I should get I was gonna say maybe I should get a Sensei's Top, but now I think I just need to get a KCI. So for that, I need to get a... I already used my Soul Ring, so I guess it's just a Mana Vault. This could be a Mana Crypt. Because I already have a Soul Ring. Let's go with a Mana Crypt. And then play an Ironworks. And then from there, sack the Mana Crypt. Sack the Bauble. Play a Flesh Raker. Hope they don't have Force. Oh, do they have Force? No, they shouldn't have Force, right? One Jewel. Really hope they don't have Force. I want to try to... I can't dome them, actually, from right here, because they have a One Ring trigger. Damn. I mean, I'm still supposed to play this Flesh Raker out. It's just I can't... Oh, it's each opponent, right? Oh, no, there's still protection. Okay. Still protection, okay. That's okay, though. Like, look how much cards we have. Let's play a Wellspring. We might just be able to still win from here. Try to get a Karn in play. Maybe I'm supposed to sack a Moxen from that spot. Oh, a Scrap Trawler. That's got to be good enough. Yeah, I mean, this is going to combo. Oh, they did not force the KCI. They held it for the Scrap Trawler. Interesting. I did not see that coming exactly. Let's sack this and play... I guess I should have played a Flesh Raker here. My bad. Let's play another Flesh Raker. And then sack this Wellspring. Mana Vault. Play a Mana Vault. Play my own One Ring. They didn't have protection here, they'd be dead. Although I guess I could have just countered this Ironworks. I was kind of surprised they didn't. Let's draw a card. Patchwork. Every one of these is a mana neutral, right? Because of these spawn tokens. Don't want to play out of Time Vault, though. That's a little too risky. I guess I could sack in response. So maybe it's not. Let's sack a Wellspring and try to find action, because we are out of action. We are out of action. And we don't have a Vexing Bauble anymore. My opponent is going to have to play a new ring every turn. But I don't know if that matters. Yeah, I mean, I'm out of draw spells. Don't know if I could have played that turn better, but... They're at 8. They have Ancient Tombs, Saga. They need a new One Ring. All right, Monolith down to 6. So they do have a coveted jewel though, right? So they can just go coveted jewel here. And I sacked my Vexing Bauble. Oh, they couldn't force. No, I think I sacked my Vexing Bauble before I put KCI on the stack, right? Or no? I had to. Did I have to sack Bauble? No, I don't remember if I had to sack Bauble or not. I just need a ring though. But I can steal the jewel if they like do ring pass. They kind of need to just full combo off with jewels here. That's a new ring. I will give you a mana vault. Can't really give you a ring there. Might have stolen one. Don't think so though. Still looks pretty bad. I mean, PO here is devastating as well. Oh, Hercles everything back to their hand. Wow. How much mana was that? How much mana was that? A mana vault, a jewel, or a monolith? So you can play a. Oh my god! Did I make the wrong choice by giving him a mana vault? Because this is enough to play a new jewel. 7 mana at the moment. Still play the ring if you miss. Damn. I still think with a ring draw and a ring draw and a jewel draw, even if my opponent goes one ring here and passes the turn, we should be able to set up a winning Karn line. They have a metamorph. They're gonna go for another jewel. I'd have to go back and look and see if I had to drop my bauble. Find a PO. Looks like he found a PO. So we have Emerald, Vault is 3. Monolith is 4. I found a Soul Ring, found another Moxen. So now, oh, what is this PO, man? Just found all the jewelry. That's really bad. I think that means we just lose. I wonder if like playing something with a sack trigger is any value. Like if I could sack things and deal damage on their turn. Probably not. It's probably going overboard. How many games are going to be won because of a one ring protection and where we can't go off? I think we're dead then. All right, I'm gonna concede. That's sad little loss there, but not a bad showing. A nice little 3-2 outing with KCI, which is about what you expect from the deck. 3-2. I was very impressed by Fleshraker and Bobble to an extent as well. I think we could rearrange the sideboard to get 4 null rods in there. Null rod might be helpful just if I want to be able to beat Jewel. That might be the only real way to do it. So, but maybe we don't want to beat Jewel. It's kind of tough to not when it's so much of a percentage of the metagame right now. It was the most played deck last weekend, but one of the most played decks since Modern Horizons 3. But it has fallen out of favor in terms of win rate. It's definitely a deck that's fallen rapidly in win rate. It seems like it's more of a pick your right weekend kind of deck, though I do think some of the Jewel decks could be tweaked to be a little bit more well-rounded. Yeah, that being said, I had a great time. I hope you did as well. Clearing Fleshraker is a nice one in this KCI deck. Giving yourselves this extra layer of aggro plan B, and Vexing Bobble is finally a colorless interaction spell, so maybe give us the time we need to go off. So I would say KCI got upgraded in Modern Horizons 3. I've seen a couple people trying it out in leagues, and I hope someone else does as well. For me, more vintage content on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.